We're officially a month away from the Zack Snyders Justice League, and I'm really excited about it. I know I'm a few days late for like the next trailer that just came out, but honestly, it's whatever. I don't really care. I thought I wasn't even gonna make this video, but I was like, you know what? I do have a few things to say about it. Cause honestly, this whole journey on getting this movie is kind of interesting in itself. The fact that this movie came out back in 2017, but it got butchered so badly where Zack Snyder was making it, but then he had ended up having to leave because of family issues, and then the studio just wanted to change everything because of how fans were so against how things were about Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. So they're like, oh, we need to change a lot of things, and they brought in Joss Whedon, the guy that that directed the first two Avengers movies, and they're just like recutting everything that we were supposed to get with Zack Snyder's vision, and they completely, it was like a Frankenstein type movie where it's because you have Zack Snyder, like his, like the way he does his movies, like the 300, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Watchmen, and then you had like Joss Whedon where he had like Firefly, the first two Avengers movies, and it's like, you know, those directors, like their style and all that, they're complete opposite from each other, and the fact that they're like meshing it all up, and plus with the Warner Brothers studio just like putting what they want to put into it to change to like basically trying to make it to like another like Marvel movie. It did not turn out the way it was supposed to whatsoever. And then months, it was Zack Snyder was just always releasing stuff like, oh, this was supposed to be my movie. Oh, this was supposed to be my movie. Like a lot. And then we started getting the release the Snyder cut, like hashtag everything about it. It was like pretty big, but to me I was always like, that would be cool to see it, but at the same time I wasn't that guy where I'm like, like get over it, or I wasn't even that guy where I'm like, yes, let's do this. It was just kind of like, that would be cool. Like, I just didn't really care. It's like, to me, I guess I was already accepting the fact that the Justice League movie that we got is like the movie that we're just gonna continue to have, and nothing was gonna change. Because if you don't know this, like I'm a big DC fan. I'm a huge Batman fan. Batman's my number one superhero of all time. Superman comes like three, yeah, in third place. Because you have Batman, Spider Man, Superman, and then I would say the Flash. That's how it is for me. So like, I remember when the first Avengers movie was coming out, and I was just like, I'll just wait till we get a Justice League movie. Yeah, like, but when I did watch this, I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome. The fact that we live in the world where it's like we have like four Avengers movies and we have one Justice League movie, and all four Avengers is better than that Justice League movie. To me, it does make me kind of sad because I grew up watching like the Justice League animated series and like the DC shows, and it's like I know how DC can be great, but yet they don't really portray that in the movies that we've been getting, and especially with Justice League. It was just Justice League, like I still find entertainment to it because it's like, well, we're still seeing all these characters come together like for the first time in live action, but it could have been done a lot fucking better. And that's what is like always gonna disappoint me about it. Finally, like they decided to let's release the Snyder edition. The studio gave Zack Snyder like a couple millions of dollars just to finish that project. And we're finally gonna get it next month, March 18th, and it's gonna be a 4 hour long movie, which the original version was like a little under 2 hours with credits, and Zack Snyder confirmed that like the movie is gonna be 4 hours without credits. So it's like, to me that's just crazy. Is like at the same time I'm really happy it's gonna be this like long like event, and that's like, and it's crazy because it's still gonna be the same plot points, and it's like, yes, Steppenwolf's coming from Apocalypse, want to get these three mother boxes to take over the world, and Bruce and Diana had to form this group to stop him and win. It's still gonna be the same thing, but it's like we're gonna get more elements into it than we did from the first one. Like the fact that's like We're gonna get more cyborg scenes that was cut off. We're gonna get more Flash scenes that was cut off. Same thing with Aquaman, Diana, and Bruce. Like we're getting all of them, and even Superman. Like to me, it's like, yeah, like to me that's fucking awesome. Like the fact we're like, even if you're not a big fan of Zack Snyder or anything like that, to me I'm kind of not really. To me he's all right. Like I do love some of his movies, but the fact that we're finally getting like his full version of the movie finally, like I think that's pretty cool. Like to me that's interesting. Like love or hate Batman v Superman, I actually personally loved it, even though it does have a lot of flaws with it. But I honestly really did like it, like because you got to see his full vision of what he wanted to do with the movie, and we're finally getting that with Justice League. About time. So to get to the trailer, it's basically like the shots that we seen before, like that's gonna be in the movie, or like a lot of shots we didn't get to see in the actual movie because it's like, well, yeah, this is Zack Snyder's version. And he even said to himself, he said on Twitter, he said something like the original movie only had 40% of his actual stuff that he shot for the movie, and the rest was just reshoots and stuff like that. And at the same time, he even said like he never actually watched it, so I don't know how he knows like there's only 40%. Anyways, but supposedly there's only 40% of his shot, and this time we're getting like a whole thing of what he shot into this movie, and I'm honestly really excited about it. Like the fact that we're getting a black suit Superman, I think that's dope. I'm not really a big fan of the gray cape. I'm like, I think it would have been better if he just didn't have the cape like in the comic books, you know, like when he had like the black, when he's wearing the black suit, he just didn't have a cape with it. I think that was always pretty cool, but oh well, like I don't really mind it. But I'm just saying, like it would be cool to just have him just without the cape. And we're also gonna get more of like that nightmare sequence of Batman, you know, like we saw in Batman v Superman where he's like wearing a trench coat and the goggles and shit. Looks badass, right? Like he's like in the desert, it's like apocalyptic. It's like where like Darkseid took over the world, and we're gonna get to see more of that. And I'm like, that's really interesting because they even show shots where Cyborg's in it, and I'm just like, okay, like is it because he's there or he did time travel there, or I'm like, I just have a few questions about that, but well, it's gonna get answered when I watch it. But like, it just intrigues me to see what's gonna go down because that was like one of my favorite elements in the Batman v Superman was that nightmare sequence, and the fact that we're gonna get to see more of that. I'm like, yes, like give me more of that. I want to see more of like what this world is, and we're gonna get to see a little bit more characters that we didn't get to even see in this trailer. Like I've heard we're gonna get to see like Martian Manhunter. We're gonna see Destro. I think they even said we're gonna get Lex Luthor, which honestly I'm not a fan of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. Like it's just like the dialogue is really good what he delivered in that movie, but it just I think they should have got someone else. Like why couldn't they got Bryan Cranston? Come on, he would have been an awesome Lex Luthor. Am I right? But the way the trailer ends on is showing the Joker with long hair. You know, he's like in a squat uniform, and he's just like talking about we live in a society, which everyone was going bonkers for that line, cause like that was like the best Joker meme we got back in the day, where it's like, oh, we live in a society, and you know we got like so many memes about it, and now like he actually said the line, everyone's like going crazy to me. I'm like, oh, well, okay, like he said it, like I didn't really care, but it shows him in that nightmare sequence that I was just talking about, and it's he's talking to Batman, and I'm just like, yes, like we're finally gonna get to see Ben Affleck's Batman and Jared Leto's Joker like interacting with each other, because it's like yeah, we kind of barely saw anything like that in Suicide Squad, where I don't even count that because he's Jared, like the Joker's in the car and Batman's just on top, and then Joker escapes. Like they don't talk to each other, no nothing. Like they don't interact with each other at all, and it's just like that was kind of like a miss opportunity. So if you think about it, we haven't seen like a Joker and Batman interacting with each other live action since The Dark Knight back in 2008, and now we're finally gonna get that in this movie in 2021. Like to me, I'm like, I think it's been a good ass minute since we've seen these two interact with each other in a live action movie, and I'm glad they took off his tattoos, like especially that damage tattoo that he had in Suicide Squad. I hate it. Like I didn't mind the tattoos, I just hated the damage one because it's like throwing in your face like, yes, Joker's a damaged character. I'm like, yes, you don't have to tell us, you don't have to show us that like with the tattoo, like he's a damaged character. We could just see by just seeing his performance, like the fact that it's just like they're doing that. I don't know. I just that always rubbed me the wrong way, and I don't like getting rubbed the wrong way. But I feel like there's gonna be a redemption for Jared Leto's Joker because a lot of people shit on his performance in Suicide Squad. A lot of people do. And honestly, I was one of those people for a good minute that was like, he's the worst Joker of all time. And to me, I think that was just being too harsh on him. I think it's just the direction they decided to go with it. I wasn't really a big fan of. It was just kind of like the honka honka. It's like, to me, it kind of reminded me of like Jim Carrey trying to play the Joker for some reason, and it's like I wasn't really a big fan of it. He's definitely my least favorite live action Joker, but to me, I think Jared Leto is a really good pick for the Joker, and if he got like the right performance out of it, the right dialogue, he would be fucking awesome. Especially going up against Ben Affleck's Batman, I think that would be, and like that would just be so interesting to see. And like we're finally gonna get to see them together in this movie. I wonder like if it's just gonna be for this one scene, even if it's just one scene. I think that was just gonna be fucking awesome seeing that like that interaction with each other. Like that's what I'm like more excited about in this 4 hour long movie is just to see that nightmare sequence and seeing Joker and Batman together because that, like I said, Batman's my favorite superhero of all time and Joker's my favorite villain of all time. And seeing them in this movie, in this 4 hour long Justice League movie, that's gonna be fucking awesome. But yeah, like I'm honestly pretty happy that we're getting the like Zack Snyder's full vision of his movie that was supposed to come out back in 2017. It like it's just fulfilling to see him like finish his version and like showing to the public on like how this movie was supposed to be, and I hope like it ends up being pretty fucking awesome where it's like, oh, like it opens up people's minds like, oh, this is just like this is, you know, like we don't have to have just Avengers, we also have the Justice League team, you know. Like I can't wait to see it and do my review on it. I'm probably gonna watch it a few times. I know it's like a 4 hour long movie, but to me I'm like, oh well, like who cares, I'm down for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys give me a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care.